So, over on Reddit, Paul Shapiro here made an alarm clock that forces you to solve a Rubik's Cube to turn it off. Which I think is peak, like, in real life trolling. So it says here, I've been messing around with this ridiculous project, an alarm clock that won't stop beeping until I solve my GAN smart cube. Flex, okay. It connects over Bluetooth low to a Raspberry Pi setup, and I've been subjecting myself to it for the past week. The alarm blasts at 7 a.m. My cube's all scrambled from the night before, or whatever state I left it in, and I got a crank out to solve while half asleep. No snooze, no mercy. I love that. I back that. And if I was on the product design team, I'd be stamping my feet, banging the table, going, no snooze, no mercy. It's turned my wake-ups into these high-pressure mini-comps, and honestly, it's kind of addictive. My morning solves aren't PB level yet. Well, no, that's fair. But it's forcing me to get sharper right out of bed. I threw the whole thing on GitHub if anyone's curious to poke around or try building their own version. In what format? Oh, my days. Oh, my days. It's still pretty bulky, a Pi 3 plus a large USB speaker, so I'm going to transition to a smaller Raspberry Pi with soldered-in speakers soon and custom casing. If you've got ideas or you've built something similarly insane, let's chat, or if you have questions about the project, I'd be happy to answer. What's up, Cubing Leagues? Welcome. So this is cool. I commented in here, no snooze, no mercy, had me laughing harder than it should have. And I suggested, man, this is really cool. It would be, I wonder if it's the kind of thing that can be absorbed into an app. Because like we already have apps on our phones that run smart cubes. We already have alarms on our phones. So I feel like coding this into an app is something that's possible. I understand why OP has done it this way, because they are they're a Raspberry Pi head, and that's their jam, and they want to build it in Raspberry Pi, and that's freaking great, and I support that. I love that. I'm constantly on high alert whenever I'm looking at anything involved with Raspberry Pi or Arduino or anything like that, because I know that there is a very, very high chance that I could fall down the rabbit hole and spend all my money on Arduino stuff. Like, I've already got enough hobbies. I'm already hosing all my money away on Warhammer and drones. I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else, because that would be bad. I can still barely afford the hobbies I've got. I've just noticed that's actually not my comment. Oh, it's 12. I wonder if you could turn this into an app. Oh, there we go. Here's me. Such a good idea. I've seen some people mention it, but it would be amazing if the Smart Cube apps could have this built in as an option. Awesome work. I have to look away now because I feel like I'm always one step. Oh, I'm just repeating my own stories. And then OP said, what's the idea of why you want it as an app? I think they got a bit defensive because it's just like, well, but I built it in Raspberry Pi and it's awesome. And I wasn't saying it's not. I'm just saying, I guess I use my phone as an alarm. My smartphone connects to my phone. I'm sure there's potential to have it as part of an already existing Smart Cube app. So yeah, I think that's very, very cool. And it is in our Cubers. 1.4K updates. Hot dang. People love this. Top tier Redditor over here, everyone. God dang. It looks very hectic, doesn't it? See, I've really got to be careful here. Because I love to 3D print stuff. I love tinkering. I do love playing around with code. I've got to be very, very careful. This is me on the edge here, everyone. This is a tipping point moment. This is a sliding doors moment. It's not going to happen though. I'm not going to buy a Raspberry Pi. I'm not getting into Raspberry Pi stuff. I'm not doing it. I'm not touching it. I can't. I just can't. But anyway, I thought that was very, very cool. Love to see it. Very cool invention. Very good idea. Very good idea. I still think it would be awesome if one of the SmartCube apps like had this embedded in it as like an option. Chi, if you're listening, my favorite SmartCube. Now, how good would that be?